Take a look at this area. It recently had a forest fire earlier this year. Most of the trees dropped their needles already. But right here, take a look at how green the grass is, where this culvert pipe is actually still flowing. Not much water around. It's hard to come by a pipe that's actually flowing. See, the ground is so dry. No rain all year. This is one really big culvert pipe. I would not have expected this to be round. Looking down on the other side, I thought it was going to be a concrete box culvert. Look at that, it's got a bunch of holes through the bottom of it. Rust holes from the freeze and thaw cycles, most likely. I don't see any inside yet. Culvert can probably go on another decade before major issues. For the most part, it seems to be in good shape. So, yeah. This is kind of strange. Never seen one that looks like this on the outside. Very clean water. This area is going to turn into a little oasis if the water keeps flowing. Bright green. This will be the first place for trees to start growing back. A lot of this area, if it stays dry like it's been in recent years, a lot of the trees won't grow back. It'll just be a lot of grassy hills. Here's a big pool of water held up by this debris blockage. Right away from the flowing water, see, it's very, very dry. And there's even cables here, maybe from an old logging operation. Nice waterfalls here. You can see all the dead, burnt bark peeling off all the trees. And it looks like these trees are actually growing back. They're already about 4 feet tall. It didn't completely die. And it looks like just one little pond after another. I see lots of prints, probably elk, coming over to the water. I see water skimmers. I'm looking for any other life, but that's about all I see. Yeah, there's big hoof prints everywhere. I'm assuming it's an elk. All right, everyone. We just stopped to take a look at another stream. Who knows, it might even be the same one a little bit further down. As you can see, all the trees are pretty much dead. This one has a powerful root system. You see, it's already regenerating. All this growth, probably 4 feet of it, has grown back this year. This oak tree still has a little bit of growth in there, but I'm pretty sure anything you see above is going to die because you see the bark is splitting. It's definitely girdled. The tree just hasn't fully reacted to it yet. But the new growth from the stump, that'll live. That's the case with a lot of these trees. The pine trees typically can't do that, but there's a lot of them growing back at the stump. as far as the trees with leaves. This feels so weird, these plants I'm walking through up against my legs. It's extremely dry, the soil. And down here, it's the only really green area you can find right next to the flowing water. That is one big pipe. You can tell water comes through here really hard at times. Look at this big log. Yeah, it's too heavy to move. I'm sure eventually they'll get that with excavators. They have so much logging equipment out here right now. They're working on getting rid of as many dead trees as possible and identifying the few that survived the fire. Typically, the only ones that survive the fire are the gigantic sequoia trees, which can take fire for a while until they actually get damaged enough to not come back. Yep, more nice little pools, which eventually new growth will come out of as long as this doesn't dry up. California's been so dry the past couple years and abnormally dry for decades. You can see around the stream, it's kind of an oasis. That's where you see the most animal tracks, because anything out here, the massive deer population, maybe elk, everything has to come to these streams. You're not going to find water anywhere else.